to another episode of Unplug, brought to you by every NG. My name is Judith, and as usual, I am so excited to be giving you the updates on everything entertainment, sports, movies, music, national news as well. So the whole 9 years, you have everything on Unplug. But before we go into that, we are already in the 11th day of January. This is like the fastest January I have ever experienced in my life. Who's with me on that one? Because some people always say, January has 35 days, January has 90 days. But look at us progressing, and I hope you are having a lovely year as it is. Now let's go into the story of the day, because I never come up here to give you updates without a big story. And this one, I'll just drop hints here and there. How easy is it for you to forgive someone that has wronged you? Now, the reason I'm asking this question is because we have something in the news along those lines, and it is causing a lot of controversy. But let's talk about our BB Niger housemates first. Now, Laycon has finally learned how to drive. I know, right? Someone who has at least 2 cars doesn't know how to drive himself. But 4 months after leaving the lockdown house, Laycon finally learns how to drive. He was showing off his skills with his Benz and all whatnot. And his friends and family were making videos of him. It was a proud moment, trust me. I'm not even related to him, but it was a proud moment. Now, let's move on from Laycon to Erica. Now, the star girl has promised or has threatened to leave social media because of all the trolling and the dragging and all, how it is with the internet. So one of her fans, who is also an on-air personality, Kayla, said, nobody should come for my Erica because I will drag you. And Erica is like, what have I done this time? Now, following that, she made a tweet saying, it's like, I'll leave the social media for you people, because what is it now? If I breathe, you would drag me. If I wear this, you would drag me. If I do that, you would drag me. So she threatened to leave social media, and it looks like she's making good of that promise, because for like 2 days she hasn't tweeted anything, she hasn't retweeted, she hasn't liked nothing from Erica. Please, you people should not chase that girl from the internet. Alright, now let's move on to Kiddwaya. Sad news for the family, because Kiddwaya lost his grandma over the weekend. He tweeted mama with a broken heart and teary eye emoji, and it was just really emotional. Our thoughts and our prayers are with the Wire family. Now let's go on to some happy news, and this one is from Timi Dakolo. Timi Dakolo is such a benevolent man. Now I'll tell you why. Remember that last year, he was he was just dishing out surprises here and there. He performed for like 8 couples in Abuja in one day. Like he said, he was in a good mood and he was going to do it. Well, that's not all. Like this year, he actually went to someone's house, a newlywed fan of his, and performed for her. She was in shock. Trust me. Pictures of the lady, she was like, is this real? Because she told her husband that she wanted Timi Dakolo as her wedding gift, and the man went through lengths. He did everything to ensure that Timi Dakolo came, even though he couldn't make it on the wedding day. So yes, that was really, really nice of Timi. Now let's move on to other music news. This one is with Zlatan. Yes, Ibile, not Ibrahimovic. Yeah, so this time, a man who is known as a musician, a father of one, his name is Keanu. He actually... Let me tell you this just now. He accused Zlatan of stealing his song, My Life. Now, if you're a fan of Zlatan, you know that he has a song called My Life. Now, this man came out with his receipts, so he claims that he released the song in 2019, the year before Zlatan released his, and this song is actually his, and he was just, going on and on about tweets saying that, people are fond of stealing from young talents, especially people who are well known, that please, he doesn't want Zlatan to do this to him because he's trying to make bread. Now, we don't know anything because Zlatan hasn't exactly said, okay, I took this song, I did not take this song. It's just been a whole lot of back and forth going on the internet. But let's leave that for that. We'll definitely give you updates once any arises. Let's move on to Vector, rapper Vector. I'm sure we all know Vector. If you're very vast in the rap industry, you definitely know Vector. But this time, he's not talking about rap. Nope. He said that Africans, all of us, both of us included, do not need the vaccine for COVID-19. And I'm wondering, why would you say that? Well, according to him, he actually made a video. Like, Vector was serious. He made a video. He said that all our plants, our agricultural produce in Africa contain the vaccine. Whatever vaccine we think we're getting from Europe and other parts of the world, we have it here in Africa, so we do not need to import the COVID-19 vaccine. Are you in on him with this one, or do you think he's just, blabbing? Let me know. Okay, now let's move on to other entertainment news, but this is really sad news, as a former broadcaster and veteran actor in Nollywood, Jim Lawson Maduike, passed on yesterday. Now, this was on Saturday, I beg your pardon, and according to reports, this happened after he complained of body pains the night before. He was really complaining that he had intense body pains, and following day, which was Saturday, he passed on. Now, tributes and condolences have been pouring in, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Jim Lawson Madriki. Alright, let's move on to other news. Now, before I say this one, let me drop a popular line that Nigerians say. What God cannot do does not exist. Let me tell you why. Because, people have been ranting, what if they block my SIM, this whole NIN registration thing. And following that, we rushed to, register your NIN and link it to your SIM card. NIMC went on strike. Yeah. And then the panic just went like times 2. Everybody was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Well, what God cannot do does not exist, because that strike has been suspended and NIN registrations have resumed. So if you're interested, please go ahead with your registration. Now, my story for the day. Now, I told you, can you forgive somebody who has wronged you? Especially if this person is in need of maybe your prayers, your thoughts, your kind wishes. Can you do it? Let me know. But let me give you the story. So a Borno pastor known as Desmond Yunana has said that Shekau, who is the leader of the Boko Haram sect, is critically ill and needs the prayers of Nigerians. I know how you feel, and that's how a lot of people feel. People are like, hello, do you know the kind of damage that Boko Haram has caused us? Why would you ask us to pray for this man? But other people are like, well, forgive your neighbor. People, you can't pay back wrongdoing with wrongdoing. Let me know what you think on this, because this particular request from this pastor is causing a lot of controversy. Now let me move on to more national news, and this one is it's something I must say, and it's because the leading Nigerian party, that is APC, has asked Donald Trump to emulate our president Muhammadu Buhari. Now, it was more of an advice, not like a request per se, but they're like, Buhari is the true Democrat because he considered when he needed to, so do the same thing and make way for Joe Biden. Will President Trump listen to us? I don't know. Are we in a position to give him advice? That's left to you, but let me know what you think on that as well. Now let's move on to more American news. Now the Democrats are really pushing for the president to be impeached, and it's just a few days to the swearing in of the president-elect Joe Biden, but people are really saying, the Democrats especially, are asking for his impeachment, or at least for his vice president, Mike Pence, to take over for the few days he has left in office, and they are really serious about this request. So watch as that unfolds, and we'll definitely give you the updates on that situation. Now, let's move on to some sports news, and this one is nothing so savory, because our local team, Kano Pillars, have reported their defender, Sunday Chinedu, missing. Now, according to reports, this defender took permission on the 28th of December to attend to some family issues, and since then he has not been seen. So officially he has been declared missing, and we are really hoping that he is found harm-free. Now let's move on to some good news for Ronaldo. He is now the joint highest goal scorer in football history alongside Joseph Bican. And now Joseph Bican is like a legend in football. You're talking Joseph Bican. He held on to that, top scorer tag for the longest time, and now Ronaldo has joined him on that level, so they're like on a different level now. So yes, that's all I have for you on this episode of Unplug. Thank you so much for joining me. It's always so much fun giving you the updates. Thank you for everything. Thank you for sticking with us, and we promise to give you more updates on every interesting updates, I must say. Until next time, I want you to stay safe, and my name is Judith. Bye.